You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly pop and geek culture show covering movies, TV, games, and comics. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, your favorite pop and geek culture show. I'm Cody. Yabble, dabble, that's my new catchphrase, and I'm going to be saying it a lot.
Oh, I'm Sam, and nice to meet you, Great Gazoo.
I'm Josh, and please don't.
Exactly. And I'm Samantha.
We have a great show for you this week. Bunch of news to go over as per usual. But first, let's talk about some things we've been checking out.
Check it out!
That's right, I've added new clips to the soundboard.
That's even louder than the intro.
Yeah, it was.
Ow.
I
can get louder.
You can isolate my yabble dabble and put it on the soundboard.
Please don't.
My hot new catchphrase.
You want to be fired? This is how you get fired.
I'm sure a Hanna-Barbera character has already said that.
Oh, yeah.
I
forget which one that was. It was like a magician character in one of their old shows.
It was probably one of the ones no one liked.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start talking about things we've been checking out, and someone do research of Yabble Dabble. Well, I haven't done much this week. I have really just kind of playing more Bug Snacks, which I talked about last week. Continues to be good, and also existentially terrifying.
Yeah, I watched you playing when I came in, and the horrible, awful, depressing depression of the characters.
Oh, everyone has depression.
And then their horrible body horror.
Yeah, I gave a bunch of gummy bears to a Muppet, and it turned their entire body into gummy bear. It was horrible. Turned their teeth into gummy bears. Oh, terrifying. But that's it. That's all I've done.
I got a couple things.
Sure, let's hear it.
We saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
It was good? So you're saying it wasn't no good?
That's no good.
Yeah. It was good. A lot more chili dogs this time around. They really doubled down on the chili dog joke.
Oh, good. I have heard that it's really good, but there are large swaths of human-only non-Sonic action.
I don't necessarily know about that. I mean, his adopted pair,
His Sonic daddy.
yeah, his Sonic dad,
yes.
his Sonic dad, and Sonic stepmom. Yeah,
Which I feel like we should be past at this point.
He's practically an adult.
Yeah, we did the thing where we introduced who Sonic is and we used, what's his name, James Marsden as a crutch to get us there. Now we
America's everyman,
Yeah.
James Marsden.
We don't need him anymore.
like they have like a little heart-to-heart on a boat in the middle of a lake. I mean, it's mostly just Sonic getting chased around by Robotnik and Knuckles.
And that's fine.
For a good
I'm
chunk
good
of the
with that.
movie. And Tails tagging along.
Okay, I found out who says Yabble Dabble.
Okay.
It was on an animated version of I Dream of Jeannie, just called Jeannie, and she had a friend named Babu, and he said it.
Ah, right. I knew it was some magic character.
Yeah. And also, the kid in that show was voiced by Mark Hamill,
Oh, nice.
which is
nice.
like pre-Star Wars Mark
That's
Hamill.
pre-everything
Huh.
Mark Hamill. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, if I remember right, Yabble Dabble sounded kind of like Paul Lynde.
Probably.
Like Yabble Dabble, I think is how it kind of went.
I don't know. Like you said, Yabble Dabble, and I thought you were just taking a twist on, Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hanna-Barbera. They all cribbed off of each other.
It feels like something the Funky Phantom might have said also.
Also the Funky Phantom, yeah.
Who also was kind of a Paul Lynde guy, also.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sonic.
Anyway, Sonic.
Sonic's very good. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people saying Sonic 2 breaks the video game movie curse.
Sonic 1 broke the video game movie curse.
I feel like Detective Pikachu broke the video game movie curse.
Yeah.
Street Fighter the movie, the game the movie broke the video game movie curse.
I think
It was the curse.
video game movies have been slowly getting better up to Sonic, and Sonic was finally the one that broke the seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Detective Pikachu was really good, but there's also a lot of weird plot holes about it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider was fine enough.
The Alicia Vikander one or the...
Yes, both. They were both okay.
I thought
for what they were.
I thought the Alicia Vikander one was pretty good.
I haven't seen that one.
The Angelina Jolie one was fine.
I never saw that one.
I mean, it was dumb, but it was fine.
Yeah.
They're both dumb.
Yeah. Well, Cradle of Life was not very good.
It was not.
But the first one was fine.
I thought the Dead or Alive movie was a lot of fun, even though it was really bad and stupid.
Well, yeah, that's that too.
And there's the Chung-Li movie.
Oh, God.
As Sam dies.
Yeah.
So what was that thing I did? Oh,
That's okay. The Mario movie's going to come out, and it's going to put us all back. It's going to lock it all back up.
It's going to set the world right by being a bad video game movie.
Yep. We're going to be right back at square one.
Mm-hmm.
Right back at Square Enix. Anyway.
Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within.
I have never been able to sit through that one.
It is a visually...
I've started it a bunch of times.
It is visually a good movie.
Exactly. That's what I've started it a couple times and just never... I'm like, what about this is Final Fantasy?
It's visually... There's a Sid in it. Anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is visually a very good movie. Like, the especially for the era of which the CGI came out from, it's surprisingly... It all doesn't look like, I don't know...
Reboot.
Yeah.
It's like Final Fantasy VIII. It looks really nice, but everything else about
Terrible.
it is awful.
Oh, Final Fantasy VIII. I will never not hate you.
Oh, it's the worst.
I hate that one so much.
It's the worst one.
Yeah.
I would say it's worse than 13, and that one's all hallways.
And then today, while I was at the gym, I listened to the first 2 episodes, because that's all they have right now, of the Batman Unburied podcast.
I've heard a little bit about this.
Yeah. It's different. I mean, it's very short. The first episode's like 35 minutes. The second episode's like 26 minutes.
Okay.
And it plays a lot like, kind of like, I don't know.
Like a radio play, kind of?
Kind of, yeah.
That fits Batman. He's basically a
It's kind of
shadow.
funny. In the first episode... they're like each episode has like a weird like radio tuning kind of thing going on. Mm-hmm. And at one point there is in the first episode they like, oh, in time for our weekly, call back to Gray Ghosts adventures or whatever.
Oh, nice.
I was like, hey, cool.
Nice. That's cool. The Gray Ghost was the Batman 66 stand-in or the Zorro stand-in for Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
Voiced by
Adam West. Yep, it was that was his inspiration, I guess.
The animated version, instead of getting out of the theater seeing Zorro when his parents were killed, they were seeing the adventures of the Gray Ghost.
And he loved watching the Adventures of the Gray Ghost TV show when he was a kid.
Yeah.
There's a whole episode dedicated to it, and Adam West voices the Gray Ghost.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Anyway, it's interesting. It definitely is playing at the multiverse.
Okay, sure. Because everything has to be the multiverse now.
Yeah, it's so hot right now.
Yeah.
They've broken the seal, and now everything is multiverse.
Yep. I mean, not that DC hasn't been doing that for a long time anyway.
Yeah.
But the version of Bruce Wayne that we get in these first 2 episodes is a Bruce Wayne whose parents never died.
Oh, so he's a spoiled rich kid.
He's a doctor.
That makes sense.
Huh.
That actually fits.
But he's not. And he works in
Dr. Wayne.
He is Dr. Bruce Wayne. When it started, they kept calling him Dr. Wayne. I thought this was like, oh, this is like a before. This is Thomas Wayne. Nope, and it's like Dr. Bruce Wayne. He is a forensic pathologist. Yes.
Yeah.
Who works in the Gotham City Hospital morgue, and his dad is like surgeon at the top of the building or whatever.
Yeah. No, that makes, I mean, it kind of makes sense for the character to kind of go that way if his folks were still around.
It'd be great if they just made him like a foot doctor.
Oh, yeah, like a podiatrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Wayne, ear, nose, and throat.
Well, he's...
Dr. Wayne Pediatrics.
You guys, he's a chiropractor. He's the back man.
Also, insert Nightfall joke here.
Yeah.
Right. with his assistant Bane.
He'll really pop it back into place
I wonder
with his knee.
I would wonder what would break first, your spirit or your body.
Only when your back is broken will you be able to make your 9:45 appointment.
Anyway, it's interesting. The McElroys are credited in the credits.
Oh, I'm sure.
As additional voices. I haven't found them yet.
Oh, they'll probably show up later in the series.
I can't imagine Griffin voicing a character in a Batman anything.
Well, what character would have 3 like goofy henchmen?
I don't know.
Or what character has 3 characters?
Griffin would make a great Riddler.
He would make a good Riddler.
Right.
And Travis would make an okay-ish Joker.
Yeah. And
it's this taco.
And Justin is a legitimately good voice actor, so he could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but the whole thing is like there's this serial killer running around Gotham called the Gotham Harvester, and Bruce has worked on all the victims, and he's like trying to piece it together, like what this guy's thing is.
He's like piecing it together and can't do it. And he's like, if only there were some kind of vigilante who could help out with this.
Like the second episode.
But as a lowly chiropractor, I just can't. I just can't
crack this one.
can't crack this case.
This actually does sound pretty cool, though.
It sounds really good. Yeah. It's weird that comics seem to be going kind of bleeding into the podcast kind of vibe, because I mean the Squirrel Girl thing I mentioned a few weeks ago, that's it's only going to be 6 episodes. I didn't know it was a limited series. It makes sense that it's a limited series because it's 100% scripted.
Ryan North is a busy man.
He has a lot to do, but I mean it continues to be really good.
And Melina Vantarub has to be in those AT&T commercials.
All of them. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see here. The cast of this podcast isn't huge, but it's definitely interesting.
Okay.
Like Jason Isaacs is Alfred. I haven't heard his voice yet in the show or in the podcast yet.
Okay. I mean, all right. Makes sense.
Ashley Birch is Vicky Vale.
Hey.
All right.
That's
All right.
cool.
Sure.
Gina Rodriguez will be Barbara Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
John Rhys Davies is a psychologist called Dr. Hunter. And he's like been, because...
he's the villain.
Well, I don't know.
I'm calling it.
Well,
that's a fair guess.
It's John Rhys Davies, and his last name is Hunter. He's a comic book villain.
huh.
Sure.
But
I'm guessing.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not saying there's an established
killer,
character. I'm saying John Rhys Davies would make an excellent villain voice.
But the serial killer actually makes contact with Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Like he attacks him in the morgue because he wasn't finished with the last victim or whatever.
Can I get in at 10:15? My lower back is giving me some issues.
Yeah,
all this killing's really killing my lower spinal cord.
The harvester is Sam Witwer.
Okay, yeah, sure. Sam Witwer. He's was he
Steve Whitmire?
Yeah,
he's
Steve Whitmire. Yeah. Sam Witwer. He was Jungle to Jungle. He was the kid in Jungle to Jungle. He was Mimi Siku.
He is also
he was in Fanboys.
He's Darth Maul in Clone Wars.
He does voice. Yeah, he does a lot of voice work.
And Solo, apparently.
Yeah.
He was also Emperor Palpatine in The Force Unleashed.
Yeah, he does a lot of voices.
Unlimited power.
Lance Reddick is Thomas Wayne.
Who? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, right on.
Yeah, it's this, and then Winston Duke is Bruce Wayne, and everyone's losing their mind about a African American man voicing Batman.
Winston Duke. He was M'Baku from
yes,
the first Black Panther.
Yes,
yeah,
and he does a very good job.
Sounds like a really good cast. I mean, it sounds really cool.
I mean, I like it. It's interesting. He kind of gets into some vigilante stuff in like episode 2, where he starts like looking for clues on his own. He's also on leave after he gets attacked, pending a psych evaluation from Dr. Hunter. But like, it's kind of weird because like every time something kind of gets mentioned that's actually Batman canon, Bruce Wayne kind of has like he starts hearing bat screech and like things start bleeding around.
Oh, interesting.
Like he like his mom like meets him at his house or whatever, and it's storming and stuff. And
the back cave.
No bones about it. Anyway, you could say this Bruce Wayne has no spine. But anyway. But while she's at his apartment, her pearl necklace breaks during a thunderstrike, but sounds like gunshots.
Oh.
And he starts like having like a moment where he's like you hear the bat screeching and stuff, and like,
well, what if this is like a weird simulation that they've locked Bruce Wayne into?
Maybe that was a thought I also had.
Yeah.
That it's like somehow like the actual canon is bleeding through to his Matrix-like reality or whatever.
Okay, my guess, even though, so this Sam Witwer guy is the killer.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Hunter is someone in the real world who is like a Dr.
Strange? Like Hugo Strange?
Hugo Strange type character who, because he found out that Bruce Wayne was Batman, he somehow locked him in some kind of simulation.
Mind prison,
sure, yeah. Something like that. That is my guess. Because you don't get John Rhys Davies just to play some guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
We saw it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone else today.
It's okay.
But it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to put it on the scale, I'd give it about a B+.
Okay, cool. That's good for Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Getting a B+ after Wizard of Oz or
the Great
Oz of the Great and Powerful. Yeah.
I mean, it's no Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Yeah. Was that the last one? Was it No Way Home?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, but it also was not the Eternals.
Okay, that's good.
That's the two ends of the scale. We've got the Eternals on the bad end.
I don't know. Iron Man 3 is really bad.
That was a long time ago.
And the Incredible Hulk is not great.
That one's fine.
It's fine, but it's forgettable.
They make a joke about his pants be stretchy.
They do. They do.
Yep. You know, it's funny you bring this up. I also watched Doctor Strange this week.
Oh no, but not the new one.
I was going to try to hide it. I was going to make a mention of Morgan Le Fay. It was weird when she popped up and she was played by Jessica Walters from Arrested Development. No, I watched the bad one. I watched the one from the 80s with the blonde afro Doctor Strange and the thick caterpillar mustache.
Is that the one that's coming to Blu-ray, the Spanish one?
Yeah, it's not Spanish.
Oh,
it's
not to be confused with Dr. Mordred.
Right. Yes. Hey, Jeffrey Combs makes a great knockoff dollar bin Doctor Strange.
Oh, that's good casting.
Yeah, he's great in it.
Yeah,
he's really, really good in it. And apparently, the script for Dr. Mordred was originally when Canon had the rights to Doctor Strange. It was was going to be their 90s version of Doctor Strange that kind of sort of tied into the Lou Ferrigno Hulk and the Spider-Man TV series, the one with the Mark Hammond.
Oh, the one with the stupid rope
and the goggles. Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to talk about the new Doctor Strange without spoiling
everything.
It. The villain was really cool and really menacing and scary, but I don't want to say who it was because that's a massive spoiler.
So it's not Mordo? Baron Mordo?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
The multiverse stuff was cool. I kind of wish they went to more multiverses. That was kind of... I expected more wacky worlds.
You know, with a title, Multiverse of Madness, you expected more multiverse.
Yeah.
Well, they did all they needed to and everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah. I want to see that.
I really want to see that too.
So good.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
Is that one with the
Michelle Yeoh?
Michelle Yeoh and
she's got hot dog fingers.
Short round.
She has hot dog fingers.
She
in one
of the universes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Short Round or Gizmo from
Data from the Goonies.
From the Goonies. Yeah,
Gizmo
that's it.
From Gremlins.
Yeah, he plays a character. James Hong is in that movie, and James Hong is an absolute delight.
He is a treasure. Hong, he is a treasure. Honestly, I feel like anytime when there's a heavy Asian influence, he voices something.
James Hong, fun fact, almost was Sulu.
Huh.
It came down to him and
George Takei,
and for some reason they picked Takei over Hong.
Either one would be good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you imagine a universe with Hello there, Captain Kirk. Helm forward. With his deep booming voice. That'd be great. James Hong is awesome. If you've watched a movie with any kind of elderly Asian man in it,
you've seen him.
it's James Hong. 100%.
Or when he's like, Lopan.
Yeah, Lopan.
I mean, I feel like I feel like that's the pinnacle of his career.
That's the thing he's most known for would be Lopan.
Lopan and Jackie Chan's the voice of Jackie Chan's uncle.
One
Jackie
more
Chan.
thing.
Yes. Jackie.
I loved that cartoon.
That show's so great.
It's so dumb, but I love
so
it.
Good.
And so 90s.
It's one of those things where you're like, why is this good? This should not be good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
The best part about that show was at the end where they had the live action segment where kids were asking Jackie Chan questions like softball questions, and he was legitimately struggling to answer them.
Like back when he was trying to do those 90s PSAs at the end of every episode.
Yeah,
It's very much as Sailor Moon says.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Sailor
Jackie
Moon
Chan says.
Or
don't run with scissors.
Don't do a drug.
Don't do a drug.
the G.I. Joe.
That's no good.
Knowing.
That's no good.
We're working more soundboard into the show this week, I think. I like it.
I really wish I could say more about Doctor Strange, but we'll have to save it for another episode.
Wait in a couple weeks when Josh sees it and I end up invariably reading the Wikipedia page. Then we can have a discussion about it.
I'm surprised you haven't already.
I had to stop myself.
I mean, you've already been spoiled twice
I've
pretty
been
hard.
spoiled twice by a couple of big things already. Yes, internet sucks.
Yeah, so does some co-hosts.
Yeah. Some co-hosts would just stupidly let a character name just fall out their mouth. Oh, I feel so bad.
No, so I was having this thought because I thought about seeing Doctor Strange. I almost saw Morbius last weekend, and
you got that Morbius fever. Yeah, you got
that. Yeah, and well,
are you feeling all right?
Are
you the real Sam?
As it turns out, I ended up getting a massive migraine and didn't go see it, which
I'm pretty sure that movie is a massive migraine.
I think I made the right choice.
Either way, you would have ended that night with a migraine.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But I was kind of thinking about it. I'm so far behind on the Marvel stuff.
Oh, God,
and
me
the
too.
DC stuff. And I know all this stuff is really good. And there's a part of me that is like, yes, I want to, get caught up.
I want to consume this media
stuff. But I don't know, guys. I might be in a superhero fatigue state.
Oh, I've been that way for a while.
I know Falcon and Winter Soldier is really good. I have no interest right now in seeing it. I know What If is really good. I have no interest in firing it up. I know Spider-Man. It's fantastic. I have heard so many good things about Spider-Man.
I know spectacular.
It's a phenomenal, spectacular, the web of. It's great. But I
2099.
Yeah. Peter Parker, I mean, yeah. But I just, every time that I have some free time that I have, okay, let's watch something.
Spider-Man loves Mary Jane. That's the name of a comic.
Only in certain states.
I have no interest. I mean, not no interest. That's the wrong way. It's weird to describe.
No, I get it.
I'm just kind of burnt. And it's not just Marvel, it's DC too. I know there's a lot of DC stuff.
Let's see here. This new Doctor Strange movie is the 28th MCU movie.
Yeah.
That's just the movies.
And I mean, before recording, we saw a thing where the Avengers, kind of the 6th or 7th in the series when they were just testing things out, was only 10 years ago. So they have crammed 18-ish movies, 18 to 20 movies in a 10-year span. And they've done all sorts of stuff, and it's phenomenal, and I'm glad it exists, and I will get to it eventually, but
they've done
no drive. That's
one
it.
failed TV series. I guess maybe two.
They did Inhumans too. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Peggy Carter, The Inhumans.
Peggy Carter was good.
I like Peggy
Carter was really
I
good.
like
Yeah,
Peggy
I
Carter,
like that one.
but also I like period stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was chock full of set pieces and costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Haley Atwell is a delight.
She's great.
But then you have but then you had all the Netflix stuff, which was connected but not.
It doesn't really count.
Yeah, but it kind of does because
It's taking the comic book way of looking at it, where it
only counts.
It
if
counts
it's
when they want it.
successful. Yeah.
Yeah.
they count it if they want it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Daredevil didn't count until it did. That's
And only kind of. 'cause
And
they
only kind
just
of.
kind of showed up for
and
2
only
minutes
kind
in
of. For all we know,
Spider-Man.
it could be a different kind of Daredevil.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige did say that was it Kevin Feige? Yeah. Wait, or is he the Star Wars guy?
No,
he's
it's Feige.
It's
Okay.
Feige.
Yeah, Feige.
Yeah.
He did say that Charlie Cox is going to
Return.
as Matt Murdock.
He's probably going to show up in She-Hulk because they're both lawyers in New York.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
That's
Also, the fact that the crux of the Marvel universe seems to center around New York.
well, that's where the Marvel offices were in the
Yeah.
60s and 70s.
Yeah.
But like WandaVision was the last Marvel thing that I watched that's new to completion.
and they still
I
haven't topped it.
basically had to force myself to watch the last 2 episodes of WandaVision because I was feeling burnt out then, but I was like, I gotta finish it. I'll get back to all these Marvel things eventually. Just I'm burnt out.
I mean, other than Spider-Man, WandaVision was the last thing I saw where it actually connects to stuff.
I would be if it weren't all so good. It keeps being good.
And I know it's
so I'll keep watching it.
That's the thing. I know it's going to be good. And I know when I watch it, I'm going to go, why did I wait this long to watch it? But right now, I don't have it in me right now.
It's hard. It's really hard because, I mean, in the sea of streaming services and all this, there is so much stuff to watch.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am not in the mood to be that invested. Like, I'll slap on like a Seinfeld or something I've maybe seen a billion times because I don't want to have to really pay attention. I don't want to care that much.
I'll be honest, I've been really interested. I almost popped in Moon Knight the other day because it's not connected to anything else.
Yeah.
So there's no baggage and there's nothing that you really need to know moving forward.
Supposedly there was like a deleted scene or something where he connects, or he at least knows of, or the internal.
Deleted scenes don't count.
Yeah.
But they purposely made Moon Knight so that it can stand alone. They wanted to make it kind of like Iron Man 1 in that it didn't have to be interconnected with a million different disparate parts.
I guess that's one of the other thing that makes everything so daunting is because the way they did things and they've been building it for so long, you kind of have to know all the stuff.
And that's the other thing. So, all right, Doctor Strange.
I think you could go in blind.
But if you wanted to get the complete picture, if you're a completionist like me, what do you have to know? What do you have to watch to understand what is going on?
WandaVision, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then What If to a very lesser extent. I mean,
Not really.
Yeah, it just borrows a lot from What If. It doesn't actually like reference it. It's just like these are a lot of similar ideas to things explored in What If.
Okay.
But even with WandaVision, they explain what happens in WandaVision. Like, it's not going to hit as deep if you don't know WandaVision, but it's not like it's not going to make sense.
Yeah. Does it? And I imagine you also have to know a fair bit of the last Spider-Man movie as well, right? Because that has to do with multiple universes and stuff. No, not
Not
really.
at all.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's good at least.
It's more like, hey, Strange, we know you've been messing around.
Not even that, really.
Any connection to Loki?
No.
Okay.
Is that a spoiler?
I think saying what doesn't show up is fine.
Okay. So yeah, there's no Loki, there's no TVA, which
Because that was the thing. I was kind of thinking there was going to be
yeah.
TVA or King the Conqueror stuff because it's time and.
The Fantastic Four's robot Herbie does not show up.
Oh darn!
So I'm sorry for Herbie fans.
What a bummer.
It must be really hard to find an older Volkswagen Beetle these days.
All right, well, hey, listen,
no connections to Morbius, unfortunately. I know everyone's really excited.
But apparently at the mid-credit sequence of Morbius does tie into the other Marvel mainline movies.
Does it?
According to Sony, but will Marvel agree? That's another story.
Well, a character, I read about this. Apparently a character shows up that, yes, it does technically kind of tie in a little bit, sort of, kind of.
Man, they are softballing all this stuff.
I'm not watching more. Well, I don't know. I'll probably watch Morbius because
maybe when it goes to streaming,
just to see how bad it is. I'm curious how bad it is.
Would you say you're morbidly curious?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Oh,
and with that, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into some news.
You wanted that joke so bad.
Yabble dabble.
Hi everyone. I'm Greg Dunham, the host of Long Play here on WZMO. Long Play is a show that appeals to music lovers of all ages. Here's an example.
I love Long Play.
There you have it. A completely unsolicited endorsement for one of our youngest fans.
Grandpa, where's my candy?
Ellie, be cool.
Grandpa!
Ellie and I would like to invite you to tune into Long Play every Friday at 11 p.m. and Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on 104.7
WCMO.
Well, it's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. Let's get back to the Nerd Overload second half. Tonight with some news.
Do you remember Boba Fett?
You really need to turn that one down.
Speaking of the Muppets, I forgot to mention during my check it out, my favorite TV show of all time, Holy Moly, came back with the Muppets on it.
Holy Moly. What is Holy Moly?
Holy Moly is the miniature golf...
I saw a clip from that today.
Miniature golf...
Extreme
miniature golf show.
Nice.
Where they play golf and then they also have to do Wipeout style obstacle course things.
So is it like Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, but with mini golf?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, that's fantastic. And the Muppets were on it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
They did some bits with the Muppets in between the actual show. It was pretty funny.
Awesome.
It's a great show. I love the show. I don't know why I love the show so much. Because it's a dumb idea for a show. But
maybe that's why you like it so much, because the dumbness of it's like a guilty pleasure, like junk food or something.
Yeah. And they own how dumb it is. They know it's a ridiculous conceit for a TV show. And Rob Riggle is really funny.
Well, then there you go. It's Rob Riggle. I kind of figured it was going to be Rob Riggle yelling and doing commentary. Okay.
Yeah, it's Joe Tessitore, who's like a real sportsman, and Rob Riggle that do the commentary, and their back and forth is actually super hilarious.
Cool. All right. All right.
Huh. Holy moly.
All right, so let's talk about some news. Where do we want to start?
Mystery Science Theater is back for everyone.
Woo! All right.
The new season, what is it? 13th season is back, available for everyone at the new website gizmoplex.com.
Awesome.
Oh, so it's not on Netflix.
No.
Okay.
No, it's on their own service, which I don't know how good of an idea that is to start another streaming service.
They're not charging for it, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
But I mean, you get it like on a by episode basis.
Okay.
Or you can subscribe to all the live events that they do.
Well, that's cool.
But also you can just buy it by episode as they come out.
Okay.
So So it's not. I guess it's not like subscribing to another service, and it's kind of a boutique thing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. At this point, it is kind of a specialty kind of thing. Sure.
The fact that we're attaching these words to streaming services.
Yeah, it's
now.
a boutique streaming service.
Yeah. But is it good? Is the question.
Yes, I've seen the rough cuts of the first 3 episodes because they let Kickstarter backers watch them early, and they've all been pretty good so far. The latest one that came out had the new second cast, because there's 2 casts now, and the new cast it's Emily Marsh and the people from the live tour
that
they've been doing, And they did a very good job. I thought they were really funny, and it was the best episode of the 3 that are out yet.
Cool.
The other 2 are the Netflix cast, and they're still good and still funny.
Awesome. I saw they did a live during the pandemic. They did a live stream kind of thing where they riffed something, and Emily Marsh was on it, and she was really funny. I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, awesome.
And Felicia Day and Patton Oswalt have such good chemistry as the Mads.
They do. Yeah.
And they only continue to get better, I think, over time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, this weekend they're doing the three episodes in a row for non-backers. So,
cool.
So it'll
Okay.
be caught up to where the backers were, and you can watch 3 of them.
Okay. Awesome. What are the 3 movies?
Beyond Atlantis.
Okay.
Robot Wars.
Oh, sure.
And what was the first? Oh, Santo versus Dracula.
Yes.
Which was very funny.
Yeah, that was a really good
That was a good one.
Oh, luchador movies are always great.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. It's like Kiss Saves Christmas or whatever.
Oh, Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park, you mean?
No, it was a Family Guy sketch.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Kiss Saves Christmas.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right, so moving on, there was a trailer for the Weird Al...
Mock-you pick?
Mock-you biopic?
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to describe.
Because it's not an actual biopic.
Right. It's a parody of these overly dramatic biopics that have come out, like
What, Weird Al attached to a parody? No.
right, yeah.
It's Weird Al's Walk Hard.
Kinda. Yeah. And it's starring Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al, who is a good 1.5 feet shorter than the actual Weird Al. And
Also, I don't know if you know this, he played Harry Potter in the Harry Potter
you're
film
kidding
franchise.
me. Get right out of town.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was him.
I just know him from that, that equine.
Equus.
I was just going to make an Equus joke. I'm glad we all went there. That's great. But no, the trailer for the Weird Al documentary, it looks really funny. So far, there really hasn't been anything beyond what the Funny or Die parody. They did a parody trailer years and years ago with what's his name from Breaking Bad, and he was BoJack Horseman's friend.
Oh, Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, the
what
guy.
Was his name?
Well,
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
He played Weird Al in a
Got
fake
it in
parody trailer for this, and it looks like it's another take.
You know what?
on
It's kind of
that.
funny when Funny or Die sketches from like forever ago on the like
Turn into actual things.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they did the same thing with the Dora.
Yeah, they did.
Because they did that live action Dora action movie years and years ago, and all of a sudden it became a real thing
The only
Yep.
thing left is for Captain Planet.
with Don Cheadle.
With Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, Captain Planet.
Everybody's trees.
trees.
But no, this trailer for Weird Al looks really good. It looks like it's going to be a hilarious time. The only catch is it is a Roku channel exclusive.
Whatever that means.
It's the Roku box's exclusive streaming
channel.
So you have to own a Roku to watch this.
and subscribe to the non-existent Roku channel to watch it. Yes.
Wow, so no one's going to see this.
Well, I know I'm going to be hitting the high seas once it's released, because I'm sure 30 seconds after its actual release, it's going to be online somewhere to watch.
I mean, Daniel Radcliffe's been doing a lot of weird movie projects lately.
I think it's great.
He has this one. He had that one.
Swiss Army Man.
He had that weird Swiss Army Man one, and then he had that one where he has like guns bolted to his hands.
Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, Guns Akimbo. Yeah.
That's what that was about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that sounds kind of...
He was a poor guy that woke up with guns bolted to his hands in a dystopian future where
it's about
it's a reality show
social media
thing where they say, okay, fight all these assassins with your gun hands, and then
we'll take them off.
We'll take the guns off and give you some money or something. I don't know.
That sounds great.
It's pretty good.
It's like if Squid Games was broadcasted on Instagram.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's cool that Radcliffe is able to do some weird stuff. I mean, he has more money than he ever
will
need again because of Harry Potter. So he could take niche stories and stuff like
Plus,
that.
I mean, a lot of those actors don't seem to be doing as much.
I'm glad
they don't need to.
He didn't
That's
get
true.
like Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when he is Mark Hamill's age, he might be, hitting the con circuit a little bit
it's
here
me,
and
Harry
there.
Potter.
Yeah.
He'll just come back voicing, Harry Potter and things.
Cheerios.
Especially if the rumors are true and he is bulking up for a Marvel universe.
Who is he gonna be?
Well, who is jacked and small?
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
That's a weird choice.
The rumor is Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. Because he is super jacked in this Weird Al trailer.
I'm glad that they picked a small man for Wolverine.
Yeah.
We need small men representation in film.
Agreed.
I mean, I would just need to be able to get into shape and do, an angry accent, and I could be Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm the same height. I have probably more body hair than actual Wolverine.
Considerable amounts of hair.
Yeah. You could probably turn your beard into like an upside down Wolverine hair situation.
Yeah.
I'll look like that one Days of Futures Past Wolverine where you had the metal hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because his chops were...
They were all over the
Extreme.
place. Yeah. Well, I was also going to say an upside down Ace Ventura from When Nature Calls.
It's in the bone. It's in the bone.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the rumor, is that he's jacking up for some X-Men related thing, Marvel related thing, possibly Wolverine.
I could see him more as a Cyclops than a Wolverine.
Cyclops has got to be like...
Maybe it's just the glass. Harry Potter
it's
glasses.
it's the glasses. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, not all people with glasses are Cyclops, Cody. If that's the case, 3 of us in this room would be Cyclops.
Including me.
Oh, did you hear that game developer, Cody Pennick's going to play Cyclops? And they're doing the Phoenix Force saga?
Hey, you just wrote a comicbook.com article headline.
Right? Give me my money. Give me my clicks.
All right, so moving on to some other stuff. You guys pick a topic here.
Why did I write Fantastic Four?
Because the director for the MCU Fantastic Four outing has left the project.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Mark Webb who did the Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
The guy who you hire when you don't want any creative decisions being made.
You don't
when
want anyone's fingerprints on the film.
Yeah.
The director who's burned off his fingerprint.
It's like the Men in Black have...
I was just going to say, he held on to that orb from Men in Black.
Yeah. Not saying that the Spider-Man movies aren't really good.
Oh,
but
no,
there's
they're very good. I love
There's
them.
nothing stylistic about them that... When you have like someone like a Sam Raimi or someone who has like a specific vision and like style to their movies,
And
then you get Mark Webb who is white toast that's slightly warmed up.
You can see Sam Raimi's fingerprints on Doctor Strange too.
yeah.
How many crash zooms are in it?
I'm sure there was some. I wasn't paying that close of attention.
Okay. Yeah.
But there's definitely like some Evil Dead looking stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
One of the portals opens up and, a yellow beat up car comes through.
Is it spoilers to say that Bruce Campbell is in the film?
It's a Sam Raimi movie, so no,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
what I thought.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
he's in all of
Yeah,
them.
he made it. He's
Oh,
there.
good. That's good. I'm glad.
Is he a movie usher?
No.
Does he tell Dr. Strange to tie his shoes?
No, but it's an equally service industry kind of role.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, it works.
So he's a wrestling announcer.
Just have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird when Bonesaw did show up. No, Bonesaw is not in Doctor Strange.
They'll do the body double CGI for Macho Man to have Bonesaw in Spider-Man 5.
Hey, Doctor Strange, you're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. Bonesaw is ready.
I got a magic trick for you.
Make him say something about the Eye of...
The Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that Eye of Agamotto and I'm going to put it where the sun don't shine.
'Cause I'm the cream of the crop.
I'm rising to the top.
20 minutes later.
Hold on, I need to do all my cocaine snorts.
So y'all know that E3 got canceled. The big
Yeah.
Wait a second. One more joke. Okay. So Macho Man talking about being in the Multiverse of Madness. What did he think?
I'm living in a nightmare.
Accurate.
I forgot I had that clip on the board.
I'm glad you remembered.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
But we all know E3, the big time video game press conference event where they reveal all the new video games. We all know that's been canceled this year.
Yeah.
And probably forever.
Forever.
That's a weird thing to think about. Like, it's such a staple for so long, and then it's this.
Yeah.
But we don't need it anymore.
That's true. And
Internet speeds are way up, so we can...
We don't need it anymore because we've got Jeff Keighley.
Oh.
That's what we're doing this year. This year it's Summer Games Fest on June 6th with all the world premieres.
I don't have that on the board. I couldn't bring myself to put that on the board.
I mean, yeah, that was a bad joke.
Yeah, it was a bad joke.
Jeffy Fest.
Jeffy
Fest.
Fest. I like it.
He
must really like peanut butter.
Mr. Video Game Man himself is gonna host a show that's gonna take. It's just gonna take place at E3 this
So
year.
now he has
don't
2
know.
game awards.
Where did this man come from? I mean, I don't even care. Like,
Canada.
Well, he was a
who is this
games
man?
reporter back in the 90s or something
Yeah,
like that.
I
Like
he
back
re-
in the G4 days.
It wasn't G4, but he was like he was like one of the guys that started Game Informer,
Or like EGM or
EGM or
something.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has the credibility to bring this stuff, but he's rolled it into just like some dog and pony show about video games, and now
He gets to
his
hang out with
second dog and
celebrities.
pony show.
At least it's not. It doesn't have the facade of being an award show.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd rather this than the fake award show that's really just
The
a bunch
Game Awards.
of commercials. This one is
Yeah.
just the commercials.
That's fine. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, it's pretty much what I tuned in for E3 for.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's going to make our job that much easier because we just
Right?
have to tune into one thing, watch all the trailers, then we can
Be done.
regurgitate it
Yeah.
to you, our loving fans.
But
We'll
with our
aggregate.
with our good jokes.
Yeah, instead of his bad jokes.
Yabble dabble.
You said good jokes.
But it's the best we're gonna get this year.
That's
It's,
that's
which
fine.
is fine. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I was thinking the other day we're probably due for a Nintendo Direct soon, but then I'm like, no, it'll be next month because that's when E3 would
all
have
the
been.
games happen.
Yeah.
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 Microsoft's already announced their own thing in June too. They're the Microsoft Bethesda showcase.
They're going to trot out, what's his name?
Oh, I can't remember. Is it Todd Howard?
Todd. Why did my brain say Todd Coward?
Well,
That's the answer to my own question.
Yeah,
they're going to trot Todd Howard out in his leather jacket, and he's going to make some self-deprecating joke about how, hey, we're part of the Microsoft team now. Woo.
here's another 2 minutes of Starfield.
Hey guys, remember Fallout 76? How it was bad, right? We did that on purpose as a joke.
We did a Sonic.
Remember when we practically killed the entire Fallout franchise with our bad game?
It was a joke, you see? Because we did it for the memes.
They'll have a trailer where the Elder Scrolls logo comes down, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Won't even announce what it is. It's just Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6.
They're gonna put Skyrim on those digital refrigerators.
I was going to say the play date,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
where you crank it to cast spells.
Skyrim on Leapfrog.
Cast spells and learn math and basic reading.
Skyrim on the new digital Furby. Skyrim's never going to die.
No.
Never.
That and GTA 5.
Well, yeah.
GTA 5's almost worse.
Anyway, speaking of Microsoft, so Bobby Kotick,
Old B-Coats.
Yeah.
was in the news again.
Bobby Kotick was the lead developer of
No, he's the president of
He's the
Activision.
president of Activision. That's it.
Who acquired Blizzard, yada yada yada, and
Yeah.
all that BS happened.
Kind of a scumbag dude.
Yeah.
So there is a lawsuit in place saying that he got into the Blizzard or the Microsoft deal to sell Blizzard to Microsoft to avoid liability issues for all that.
And
grossness.
in other news, the sky is blue.
Yeah.
Right?
This is the most non-news thing I think we've ever reported on the show because, of course, he sold his company to get out of legal liability.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
that's what he did.
That's the only reason why he would have done something like that. Activision, they were going through, and Blizzard, they were going through a lot of lawsuits and
turnover,
wrongful terminations, discrimination suits, all sorts of stuff. Really bad.
Like they were like neck
stuff.
deep in it.
And of course, they sold their company to get away from it. Of course. Bobby Kotick is going to end up leaving the company with a golden parachute.
Yep.
And he'll go on to form some smaller indie company that'll just continue.
That'll get bought up by Epic Games.
That'll get bought by Epic Games.
Or the Embracer Group.
Yeah.
Which in other news
that's
stories,
the other one.
Square Enix sold off like all their Western studios and all their Western IPs to the shadowy cabal known as the Embracer Group. So they got Tomb Raider, they got Deus Ex, they got Legacy of Kain.
Oh man.
Yeah, they got all that stuff.
There's I've played it before, but there's a stupid Legacy of Kain game on Steam called like Nosgoth.
Nosgoth was kind of neat. I played it a couple
I
times.
played it too, and I kind of forgot about it, and then like you said Legacy of Kain, it popped back in my brain.
It was like the last major thing that they did with that
franchise.
Other than, I guess, there was an Easter egg in the newest Lara Croft. You could swap out like the tribal like god statues with Kain and
Azrael,
Soul Reaver boy.
Soul Reavers.
Azrael.
Yeah, Azrael. Yeah.
This might be good. I mean, Square Enix was failing to utilize all these properties, and every time they would make a game in one, they'd always be like, well, it sold bajillions, but not 3 bajillions.
Square Enix as a company baffles me because they have made so many like boneheaded decisions with a lot of their franchises, and yet they can like any other game company, they would have filed for bankruptcy after one of their mistakes. Like the Avengers game that they did years ago, that was all games as a service and like
stunk on ice.
Something that big that bombed that badly would have crashed almost any other game studio, but because it's Square Enix and because they have Final Fantasy 14 that funds all of their other games.
They have their fingers in a lot of pies too. They produce anime and manga and
still, but like any other company would have folded after something that big, and yet Square Enix is still here to make more and more mistakes.
Well, and they have something like the Guardians of the Galaxy game, which was great. It reviewed well. It sold pretty good.
Okay.
And then they're just like, no, it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It didn't sell good enough.
It didn't do 14 numbers. So, which nothing's going to do Final Fantasy 14 numbers because it's an MMO with a monthly subscriber player base.
Yeah, that treadmill will take decades to die.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll get a new Deus Ex this time.
That's cool.
Maybe we'll get a new...
I mean, I didn't play the last one.
It was good.
The thing that...
They're all good.
The thing that I kind of both love and hate, like hate non-ironically, love ironically about this whole thing is the rumor that the reason Square Enix sold all these things because they want to get into the NFT market.
But...
and make NFT games where you can buy digital whatever
tokens.
Yeah, non-fungible tokens, whatever that means.
Whatever that means, and
that market crashed real hard just the other day.
So like, yeah, striking while the iron is ice cold.
They didn't even sell the stuff for that much either. It was
like 300 billion or something.
300 million.
300 million, yeah.
Which
and like big company numbers, that's like $1.
Tomb Raider alone, I think, is worth more than that.
Like a couple years ago, Tomb Raider was like $100 million or $200 million game franchise on its own.
And that was another one of the things that actually did pretty well and sold pretty well, but didn't do the astronomical numbers that Square wanted.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about this is who is the Embracer Group? Why are they buying so many franchises? They own, if you look at the list of the things they own, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They own Gearbox. They own 3D Realms. They own Asmodee, the board game, the people who make board game.
The digital board game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They own a lot of companies. And it's like, what are you doing? What are your plans, Illuminati?
Think describing that and everything, that makes me think this is a Chinese business group.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be a Tencent. Someone who's trying to take on Tencent.
Yeah.
Or it could be an Epic.
Oh, wait, no. It's not Chinese. They are Nordic. And they're
Nordic.
Yeah.
They're Norwegian. Okay.
Norwegian, because they own THQ Nordic.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's what they started with.
It sounds like they're trying to go up against Tencent.
Yeah.
Which is I hate to say it, is a failing thing. Tencent has their finger in so many different things that's never going to
No.
But unfortunately, because Tencent is awful and terrible.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Also, I think news fell out from this that we're currently working on a Tomb Raider. So
yeah,
there's a new Tomb Raider coming.
Hey, well there you go.
I mean, the last few were good.
Yeah, I've always been a Tomb Raider fan. I like that franchise.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Tomb Raider 2 was I think one of the first PlayStation 1 games I played, or at least the demo of it. Because I had it on a demo disc from EGM. I had also Jet Moto 2 and Armored Core and all kinds of stuff on there.
Oh man, Armored Core.
Supposedly there's a new one coming.
They're working on another one. That's the next big thing that they're...
That's not Dark Souls.
That's not Dark Souls.
Except now it's a Souls game with mechs.
You know
Please
what?
don't.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I would play that too.
I'd play that. You guys, instead of dropping armor pieces, you drop parts for your mech.
That was one of the things I loved about Armored Core was how customizable you can make this mech.
Yeah.
Attachments, weapons, movement, paint, emblems.
Yeah, after playing as much Elden Ring as I have, I could do a mech Elden Ring.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Meldon Ring.
Meldon.
All right, well, I think that's it for the week, so let's go ahead and wrap things up. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Patreon, and TikTok at Nerd Overload Now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. That number is 586-372-8020. If you leave a message on our voicemail, we might just play it on the show.
You can also find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Do your Zelda joke.
Do the Zelda joke? I'll do the Zelda joke. What did Zelda say to Link when he was having trouble getting into his apartment?
What's that?
Triforce.